Hello, welcome back to another Sankarshan Joshi trip. This episode is a very interesting one. This episode features all the things about women that men don't know. And the irony of this episode is that I am a guy. So I had to do a lot of research, study about a lot of things to do this episode. Uh, I am super thrilled that I'm doing this episode. Hope you guys have fun too.
A Sankarshan Joshi trip.
One of the most fascinating thing to me is how women work. Like the entire structure of how women are, right? That is super fascinating to me. And I personally believe, and a lot of you might agree, that being a woman is not easy. Like it is one of the most hardest thing. And I have a great empathy for women. And yeah, like when when people think about women, or when people think about what women go through, which is different from men, it mostly revolves around periods, right? Like if I go to a guy and ask what's the difference between men and women, he might probably say that, you know what, like women give birth and men cannot, women have periods and guys don't. This might be those structural difference, but these two differences add so much to what women are. Like I think that, like, guys really underestimate what it's like to have a period. So because they haven't experienced it, they actually don't know what it's like to have a period. uh can you imagine you're a young teen and you had your first period, which could be anywhere. Like you could be in your classroom, you could be in your home, could be anywhere. Some random fluid is flowing out of you, and there's also blood. Do you know how freaky that is? Like if I was a woman and if I got my first period, I would be freaking out, even though I know that, I'm going to have a period, because like moms generally give like heads up to girls, right, about like what period is, because because it shouldn't be like a very random surprise. So even though you know that you're gonna have a period, when you have it, I'm assuming it feels very weird. Like like if I had my first period, like if I was a girl, I would be disgusted, freaked out. I would be like nervous. I'm like, what is happening to me? Is it like okay? Is it not okay? I mean, I'm just thinking mentally, I would have such a roller coaster of emotions. And like, usually when women are on their period, they're very cautious if there are any stains on their clothes, right? And I can try to imagine that, like if I had my like if I am on my period and if I'm walking, I might be like super conscious, because even though everybody knows about period, even though everybody knows that every woman in their life will have a period, but there is still this like stigma and a sense of uh, how do I put this out? Uh, there is this sense of disgust. Uh, I mean, it is not attractive, right? So, so women become extra cautious, especially if they're in school, because school is such a horrible place, because guys are assholes. Like you have bullies, and you uh, get like you will be made fun of. Like so many years you would be made fun of for something silly. And can you imagine if something like this happens, like you are on your period and there is a stain on your cloth, and some guy sees it, he might make fun of you, right? So I'm assuming that girls would be extra cautious. I mean, like when you come to college, the conversation around it is slightly different because uh, you are slowly entering adulthood, so you're in a very mature place, so you can have a conversation around it. And if you are in school, especially high school, it's such a shitty place to be. uh, and yeah, you will get bullied easily. I actually did my research on mood swings that women have, because especially when, like, PMS, right? Like, that's a terminology that gets randomly thrown around because of mood swings. And I think that, like, when you talk to a guy, he's always like frustrated, or he's always irritated that his, like, let's say if he has a girlfriend, that his girlfriend has mood swings. And I mean, they just take this for granted, right? Like when they're having mood swings, it's always the girl's fault if they're having a mood swings, and that's how it's been portrayed among guys. So if guys are talking about, they usually make fun of how girls have mood swings, and they think that it's their fault. So I did a research. I mean, I didn't do a research. I just read. I did research to do this podcast. So I read this article, which was released in 22 January 2012. So which is exactly 10 years back, on Edureka Alert. That's the that's the website. And though the title of this article is The Influence of Estrogen on Female Mood Change. So uh, I went deeper into like reading a lot about the mood swings, because I heard in couple of podcasts, and I heard this in, especially when it comes to female fitness or female health. uh, I heard somewhere that the mood swings that women go through, it's biological. So there is this biological aspect that 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 is there when it comes to mood swings. It's not something that women choose. Like, women don't choose to be moody. Women don't choose to be anxious, or women don't choose to have mood swings. So it is a biological thing. And I was super surprised when I was going through this article. Let me read out a couple of lines from this article. A woman's emotional responses can vary significantly premenstrually. They may become depressed or grumpy during menstruation or premenstrual phase, which is also known as a premenstrual syndrome, which is PMS. Roughly 75% of reproductive age women report premenstrual mood swings or physical discomfort. This is not the interesting part. The interesting part is what I'm gonna read next. Brain scan shows a significant increase in activity in the medial orbitofrontal cortex related to emotional processing premenstrually. So, when women have periods, they have for a long period of time, right? Like, they have periods for, like, from their early teens up to their early 40s, or like late 40s, like until they have a menopause. And the fact that there are changes in the brain when they have, like, during the premenstrual phase, there is literally change in their brain. And let me read that part out again. Brain scan shows a significant increase in activity in the medial orbofrontal cortex related to emotional processing. So there is increase in activity in the medial orbofrontal cortex, which is related to emotional processing, which means that their their ability to process emotion increases, hence the mood swings. So there is a biological element to it. So when people just randomly talk about women have mood swings, it's not that random, it's not something they choose. When I read this article, i I had this feeling that when women have mood swings, it's not their fault, because they are not in control. There is something internally that is happening. So When I had this thought in my head, I'm assuming that I'm gonna start seeing women differently. So if they're gonna have a mood swing, let's say if my sister or uh yeah, like if my sister or if my friends, if they're having mood swings, I'm not gonna blame them because I know that it's not something that they can control. Probably they can control the way how they'll show the emotion. So if they're having a mood swing, if they are in a very shitty mood, probably they can control how they're gonna reflect on that shitty mood. So the action part is in their control, but how they feel is not in their control. And as I was reading this, like the article, the another interesting thing that I found was women are twice as likely to develop anxiety or depressive disorders compared to men. Women's increased vulnerability to depressive disorders typically occurs between the beginning of puberty and the age of 55. So, this is the period of age when they have periods, right? So, most of the women generally they are much more likely and susceptible to depressive disorders than men. Uh, isn't it weird that it coincides with periods? So there are like major hormones in men and women, right? Like in men, like testosterone is a major hormone, which is the driving hormone, which it drives almost everything that men has, from like physical strength to all of that. And women, the major hormones are estrogen and progesterone, right? Like they do have testosterone, but these are the major hormones because they dictate the fertility. Like I'm assuming like those hormones are related to the fertility part of women's life. And isn't it crazy? I mean, this is sad, but this is science, right? Like this is like I feel that a lot of guys should know this because they can be much more empathetic towards women. Another thing that fascinates me about women is women have a ability to read a person. So and they can read the environment. So most of my female friends, right, they can tell a nature of a person just by talking to them for the first time, and it could be as short as 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes they can tell if a guy is an asshole or if he's a nice guy. I feel that they have this intuition. And in my opinion, right, there is an evolution aspect to this. So usually when like women give birth to their offsprings, right, and they have to take care of the offspring until the offspring reaches to a age where the offspring can takes care of itself. So until that point mother has to take care. And I think that back in the day, back when we were cavemen or when we were in forest, there were a lot of threats around. So we could be attacked by a wild animal. Like there are so many predators, there are so many threats. So women has to have an extra sense of caution, and they have to read the room thoroughly because they are responsible of their offspring. So they have to take care, like they are responsible for the safety of their offsprings. So I think that there is an evolution aspect to that too, which is it is interesting, right? uh, so before we get into the Q&A, i I am glad that I did this episode because uh, I got to read the article, and I'm gonna leave the link to the article in my description below, so you guys can check it out. And yeah, I hope this episode gives like a gives guys a sense of empathy towards what women go through, because like, oh my god, it is hard to be a woman. Like I cannot imagine, because can you imagine that like you, like every time you go on road you get random stares from random people. I mean there is so much threat to women because generally women are much like men are much more physically strong. I cannot imagine what women have to go through on a daily basis because they they are always cautious because like every time they're going on road they always get these weird looks from stranger who are generally guys, and they get harassed, and it is not easy, man. That develops a very psychological fear, and like there is this trauma that is associated with it. So that's why women who go through some form of abuse, they are likely to be less confident. And in general, so many women, uh, I mean, I am sure if you ask any girl, like she would have had some or the other encounter where she felt like somebody is watching her or somebody is directly or indirectly harassing her. So like almost every woman would have had, or at least like majority of the women would have had this phase, and they, I mean, it would make them so anxious. And also women tend to have more negative emotions than men. This is a fact. I'm not I'm not making this up. I mean, it is understandable because we have like like from the start of this episode, that's exactly what I've been trying to tell. And when I read this article, and I have stated couple of lines from this article, which is, the fact is quite established. Like women generally have more negative emotions than guys, so they have to deal with a lot of things. And if they have some form of experience which is traumatic, if they're being harassed, then that lingers around for a long time. Yeah, now that I think about all of this, I feel like we really undermine the importance and the struggle that women go through. Women give birth, damn it. Like they are the reason why every single human being on this planet is alive. And sex is much more like dangerous to women than it is for a guy, because the chances are women can get pregnant, right, which takes a toll on her body as well as life. Like a lot of things changes, and that's why generally guys are assholes, because they're not responsible for a lot of things. So yeah. And if you try to put all of this on a scale, women go through harder things than guys. Back in the day when we were cavemen, or like centuries back, men would go hunt, men would do all the riskier things, like they would put their life on the line, like they would like war, they would take part in wars, right? And they would, I mean, they would hunt, which has an element of risk because you can be there might be predators around, so there is a risk to life. So centuries back, there might have been a balance between the hardships, because men were risking their lives to get food, and women were giving birth, and there were a lot of things that women would do. So there is a balance. And now, right, a lot of things have become easier for guys. Like guys don't have to go hunt, they don't have to risk their lives, but women are going through and dealing with the hardships even now, since the beginning of time till now. But for guys, things have changed. We don't have any biological complications. Like we don't have to deal with negative emotions, or like body pains or cramps on a regular basis like women do. So I am very lucky that I'm a guy, because I don't have to deal with all of this. And when guys realize this fact, right, they can be a better companions for women. So yes, guys, I think that uh, this is all I have to talk for the intro part. And yes, now let's get into the Q&A. The question for today's episode is things about women that men don't know. And the first response is by Neha Yes Taparia. Their inner mind and all the things inside that. Yes, I agree with this. Guys don't know what what goes on in the inside of a woman. And so I'm not gonna repeat a lot because this is exactly what I spoke for the whole episode. Like from the start, this is exactly what I've been talking about. There are a lot of hormonal things that happens in a woman. So uh, women are cranky generally because there is a lot of irritation that happens. They like there is a premenstrual mood swings. There is cramp during the mood, like during the periods there are cramps, and which is the most of a month. So they have periods every month, which is for like 4 to 5 days. And if you have like post menstrual mood swings, sorry, premenstrual mood swings, and you have something happening during periods, like you have cramps, and I mean, which mostly covers the whole month. So generally there is only very short period of time where women get to be uh how do I put this out, like normal, like not have any sort of like mood swings or not have any sort of body pains or cramps, which is very short period of time. So yes, guys don't know what happens inside of a woman mentally and physically. The next response is by Akshay underscore Kokurchade. What do they really want to fall in love? Akshay Kokurchade, my man, nobody knows what they want to fall in love. I mean, it is very hard to understand what women want. I mean, like if you're a guy, you think that you need to have certain things or you need to have certain traits for a girl to fall in love with you. If you ask me, 90% of the time, men are wrong. Because, like, guys don't have. I mean, how do I put this out by not offending uh, a lot of men? They cannot understand. I mean, they have a very less sense of empathy. Like, women naturally have a sense of empathy, but guys have to work on that. So if you put a scale, right, women's sense of empathy is way higher than guys average sense of empathy. So and trust me when I say this, guys believe very strongly that they know what it takes to make a girl fall for them. Yeah, in that sense guys are really dumb. Like they think that they know, but they don't know. So yeah. And if you think about it in general, right, like when you talk about love in general, people think that they want certain traits in a people, like people have a certain assumptions and expectations. But even though if I get you a person with all the traits that you want, there are a chance that you might or might not fall in love with that person. So when it comes to love, it is always better to have zero preconceptions or preconceived notions. So yes. So now let's move on to the next response. Underscore November underscore whiskey. The fine line between funny and offensive. Oh my god. I have seen so many guys be assholes to women. Like they they are so unempathetic when they're cracking jokes. Some, I mean, yeah, like some jokes, I mean, every single joke, there is a chance that it might offend somebody, okay? And that's what stand up comedians do for a living. Like they offend so many people in the process of saying funny things. And I feel that offending someone to a certain level is okay, but you need to understand if you are actually hurting that person or not. So I was talking to a friend of mine. uh she said that one of her friend, who's a guy, uh said something which was very rude, and which actually hurt her, and he thought that it was funny. So, yes, November whiskey, there is a thin line between being funny and being offensive. And guys, I mean, not just guys, like everybody in general, need to be sensible enough to understand if whatever you're saying is offending somebody or not. And that's the last response. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to me. This podcast is now recorded on video as well as audio. If you want to look at me while I'm talking, then you can come to YouTube. If you want to listen to me while you're working out or driving, then you can head to Spotify, JioSavan, Ghana, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcasts. Hope to see you guys soon. And take care. Bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.
A Sankarshan Joshi trip.